Yeah, look, they call him Iron Mike Tyson, but I'm Titanium Jake Paul.
Oh.
On July 20th, I'm going to show the world that I can outbox Mike Tyson.
I think the people that said that wish they were up here. So no one else can do it. Who else can do this? Who else can shut the sporting world down? No one else can do it.
Jake Paul has just reacted to Mike Tyson's new training footage, giving his shocking response to it. Meanwhile, Joyce has shared his prediction for the upcoming bout. He said, "Yeah, it really gets people talking, and it relates to a wider audience. Hardcore boxing fans are going to watch boxing regardless. But because of the entertainment, it brings more eyes to the sport." Joyce acknowledged the divisive nature of Jake Paul's involvement in professional boxing, recognizing the polarizing effect it has on fans and pundits alike. Despite his reservations about certain aspects of Paul's persona, Joyce commended the YouTuber's dedication to the sport and his commitment to training and improvement. He emphasized the significance of Paul's presence in attracting a wider audience to boxing, highlighting the entertainment value that his fights bring to the sport. Joyce added, "And obviously, for people, if you're boxing on the undercard, it's good for boxing. I think Jake Paul, I like that he's really dedicated to the sport and he gets the best training and aims to improve in that. All the other stuff, maybe not so much, but I wouldn't be able to watch a whole one of his YouTube videos. But Mike Tyson, he's a legend." In contrast, Joyce expressed unequivocal admiration for Mike Tyson, whom he reveres as a legend of the sport. Reflecting on Tyson's storied career and formidable skill set, Joyce voiced his desire to see the former heavyweight champion emerge victorious in his bout against Paul. He cited Tyson's training footage as evidence of his enduring capabilities and speculated on whether the iconic boxer still possesses the agility and prowess that made him a formidable force in his prime. Joyce added, "I want him to win. There's some great footage of him training and stuff. Obviously, he's going to earn decent money." Well, they're both going to earn decent money from it. Drawing parallels to other high-profile matchups in combat sports, such as Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou, Joyce underscored the symbolic significance of Tyson's clash with Paul. In his view, the bout represents a showdown between traditional boxing and the burgeoning phenomenon of celebrity-driven matchups, with Tyson serving as the standard-bearer for the sport's heritage and integrity. He added, "I'm excited to see it. I think, has Mike Tyson still got it? Still got the moves? And obviously, it's like the proper boxer against the YouTube boxer. It's kind of similar to AJ and Ngannou. It's like AJ's a proper boxer. You want to see for boxing. It's like 1-0 boxing, so is this going to be 2-0 boxing? Will be interesting to see." Even at the age of 57, Mike Tyson can still command a room with a few terrifying words. At Monday's press conference, to officially launch his fight against Jake Paul, the guy who once declared, "I'm going to rip his heart out," stopped short of going nearly that far, but the menacing tone remained. During the proceedings, Tyson remained relatively quiet and acknowledged that, although he liked Paul as a person, that didn't matter once they started fighting. Tyson expressed that he really liked Jake a lot, but emphasized that once Jake was in the ring, he had to fight as if his life depended on it, as it would be the case.
I like Jake a lot, but once he's in that ring, he has to fight like his life is dependent on it, because it will be.
The audience erupted in a chorus of gasps, but Paul remained unfazed, staring down the most seasoned adversary he had encountered in his burgeoning boxing journey. With his scale tipping over the 230-pound mark in readiness for his inaugural heavyweight bout, Paul lauded Tyson's relentless dedication in orchestrating this clash. Indeed, Paul asserted that it was Tyson himself who advocated for the shift from an exhibition to an official professional showdown, aiming to etch the outcome into both their career tallies. Jake Paul stated that Mike was game and believed that he had always desired to engage in such a match. He mentioned that it had been a long time coming, with both of them calling each other out for years, and they finally had the opportunity to make it happen on Netflix, which he referred to as the biggest platform in the world. Jake remarked that things just kept on getting bigger and better. Jake further added that Mike wanted the match to be a professional fight and desired the intensity of a battle. He expressed his respect for Mike's decision to take on the fight and acknowledged his courage in attempting to put an end to him, as many fighters had aimed to do. Jake then remarked that if Mike could achieve that, he would be considered a hero.
And Mike wanted this. Mike wanted it to be a pro fight. He wants the war. And so I respect that. I respect them for taking this fight, for stepping up to try to put an end to me. Because that's what all these fighters have been trying to do, is end the YouTuber. And if Mike can do that, then he's a hero.
Naturally, Mike Tyson addressed the primary worry that many had before the Paul bout, which is his advanced age. During his peak, Tyson epitomized terror and tenacity within the boxing realm, emerging as a formidable champion who left behind a wake of shattered opponents on his relentless journey through the heavyweight ranks. With Tyson's upcoming bout against Paul, it's worth noting that his last professional victory dates back to 2003, and he hasn't clinched a major title since 1996. When he steps into the ring with Paul, Tyson will be a mere 3 weeks past his 58th birthday celebration. But Tyson doesn't appear to care about any of that. He retaliated aggressively against those who argued that he was too elderly for this struggle. Mike emphasized that those who criticized their match likely wish they were in their position because no one else could achieve what they were about to. He asserted that together, he and Jake were going to make a significant impact. Mike acknowledged their friendship, but made it clear that once they stepped into the ring, that friendship would be set aside.
The both of us, and we're gonna do this, and we're friends. There's no doubt we're friends, but in that ring, we're not gonna be friends. That's just what it is.
In a bid to intensify his training regimen, Mike Tyson asserted that he's been immersing himself in somber melodies, reminiscent of funeral marches, while undergoing rigorous workouts in the gym. Mike wants to show Jake Paul that he still has the ability to terminate fights, even though he's not the same boxer he was when he was the champion 30 years ago. Jake, for his part, just gave his opponent a smile in return and declared that he was prepared to accept whatever Tyson had to offer. Jake confidently stated that he believed he would be able to withstand Mike's punches. He asserted that being a natural-born heavyweight, moving up into that weight class was his destiny, and he intended to demonstrate to Mike who possessed more power. Jake expressed his belief that Mike was underestimating him, and he felt that others were doing the same, firmly believing that he hit harder.
I know I will be able to. I'm a natural-born heavyweight. This is what I was born to do, is to move up into this weight class, and I'm going to show Mike who has the more power. Because he's underestimating me, I think everyone else is underestimating me, and I believe that I hit harder.
Jake acknowledged the challenges ahead, admitting that the upcoming fight would be tough, and he would likely face adversity, possibly even being knocked to the canvas. Despite feeling scared, he clarified that fear wouldn't hinder him. Instead, he emphasized that true bravery involved confronting fear head-on and proceeding despite it.
I know it's going to be tough. I know I'm going to have to fight through adversity. I know I might even go to the canvas. I'm scared, don't get me wrong, but it's not about the fear stopping me. It's about going into it even though I am scared, and that's what true bravery is.
As you can see, the bout between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul has officially begun. However, what prompts Tyson, a renowned figure in boxing and a personality marked by both glory and controversy, to step into the ring against a 27-year-old boxer who rose to fame through YouTube? Talking about it, Tyson said, "It was a no-brainer. He's the new up-and-coming guy on the scene. I like shaking the sports world to its core, and I'm doing that now. It's just something I want to do." When it came to his age and his potential in the ring, Tyson disregarded his detractors and whether it poses a health risk beyond his capabilities. Tyson said, "No one else can do this. Who else can shut the sporting world down? No one else can do it." Paul's sprawling social media presence has catapulted him into the boxing arena, drawing throngs of spectators to witness his bouts. With a formidable professional record of 9 wins and 1 loss, including 6 electrifying knockout triumphs, he's making waves in the ring like never before. Since the fight has been legally approved as a heavyweight contest, it will be recorded on the records of both competitors. Tyson is 56-2 overall, with 44 knockout victories. The anticipation surrounding Tyson's return to the ring, combined with Paul's dedicated fan base, is poised to transform their upcoming bout into a remarkably profitable event set to take place in one of the nation's grandest arenas. This match holds significant importance for Netflix, marking its inaugural venture into live streaming of combat sports. Talking about it, Paul said, "This is quite literally the biggest fight of the 21st century, because of the fact that it's Mike Tyson versus me, but also the fact that it's in 700 million households." Paul's ring experience leans heavily towards unconventional matchups, rather than traditional boxing opponents. While he's sparred with ex-UFC luminaries like Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, and Nate Diaz, he's also gone toe-to-toe with unlikely contenders such as YouTuber Ali Ihsan Gibb and former NBA player Nate Robinson. Despite his diverse opponents, his encounter with professional boxer Tommy Fury in 2023 ended in a narrow split decision loss. Nevertheless, Paul boasts victories against lesser-known pros Andre August and Ryan Borland, showcasing his adaptability in the ring. Paul said, "I'm going to show Mike who has more power. I think he's underestimating me. I think everyone else is underestimating me." Mutual admiration defined their dynamic, as they frequently opted for commendation over criticism. This stark departure from Tyson's former confrontational press conferences was evident. His demeanor was relaxed, punctuated with humor rather than barbs. In their initial face-off, Tyson and Paul exchanged smiles, with Tyson lightheartedly throwing a couple of playful punches in Paul's direction. They both obviously know they are going to become extremely wealthy for one another. However, Tyson issued Paul with one strong caution. When the blows fly, will he become the same guy again? Tyson said. But once he's in that ring, he's got to fight like his life is depending on it, because it will be. On the other hand, Mike Tyson revealed that he is struggling with training for his upcoming fight. When the heavyweight legend was asked how he felt about the fight, the audience awkwardly fell silent. Tyson replied that his body was not good right now and he was really sore. It's hardly surprising he's feeling discomfort, especially since the once undefeated champion is grappling with sciatica, often spotted relying on a cane for support.
Frankly, you are too old to be fighting a guy who's 28.
Well, I'm beautiful. That's all I can say.
How is the training camp going? Because we see the 30-second clips with Rafael Cordero and your whole team, but could you give us a little more insight into how things are going?
I'm doing great, but my body's right now. I'm sore. Yeah, I'm really sore.
The boxing community is ablaze with criticism over the sanctioned bout, slated to impact the professional records of both fighters. Since his defeat to Kevin McBride in 2005, Tyson, the heavyweight legend, has remained absent from competitive fighting. This marked the onset of a somber downturn for the iconic boxer, who suffered losses in 3 out of his last 4 matches. In an attempt to demonstrate his fitness, Tyson has been releasing a number of training videos in which he displays his signature devastating power on the pads. However, Jake Paul is now at the ripe age of 27, showcasing his peak physical prowess. This has sparked inquiries into Tyson's well-being, raising concerns about his ability to withstand potentially harmful blows. And in response to critics, Tyson said, "The people who said it shouldn't go ahead. They wish they were up here, because no one else can do it." Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano will be seated next to each other in the co-main event. When Taylor sat next to the heavyweight champion, who was the youngest in history, she was utterly mesmerized and thanked him for his contribution to the sport. She said, "He is an icon of the sport. It is just incredible. You are a legend. I fell in love with the sport in the 90s, and Mike Tyson was the biggest name in boxing at the time. You are ferocious, super exciting to watch, and a real historian, and I love your knowledge. I cannot believe I am sitting next to Mike Tyson right now. I am pinching myself." Meanwhile, Mike Tyson himself revealed his preference for customized regulations in his upcoming bout against Jake Paul. Reducing the rounds from 3 minutes to 2 could potentially provide an advantage for Mike Tyson, especially considering his lengthy hiatus from sanctioned fights, spanning almost 2 decades since 2005. Boxing enthusiasts speculate that Tyson stands on the brink of being floored by the 27-year-old Jake unless the match undergoes a significant transformation into a choreographed spectacle. In this scenario, both fighters would opt for a gentler approach, shifting the dynamic from a fiercely contested bout to an exhibition-style showcase, contrary to the intense narrative currently being promoted. Supporters believe that Tyson's use of marijuana will alter his conditioning and hasten his gas outage. Jake Paul said, "I go on the Instagram comments, and I see them saying, if Jake wins this fight, it's rigged because of how incredible he looks." Jake's claims of competing at a super high level are somewhat disingenuous, given that his opponents have predominantly been older ex-MMA fighters in their 40s. Jake further stated that on July 20th, he aimed to demonstrate to the world that he could outbox Mike Tyson, thereby proving everyone wrong and asserting himself as the one capable of achieving victory.
Mike, he's a killer, he's a warrior. He's been doing this his whole entire life, so it's second nature to him. I've been doing this for 4 years, and I've been doing it at a super high level, but on July 20th, I'm gonna show the world that I can outbox Mike Tyson and prove everyone wrong and show that I will be the one doing the killing.
Meanwhile, Mike expressed his desire for shorter rounds, explaining that this would lead to more action-packed fights. He believed that shorter rounds would allow for increased engagement and intensity throughout the match. Moreover, Jake also said that shorter rounds will lead to more action in the fight.
I wanted the shorter rounds because I wanted more action. If we only have 2 minutes, we'll fight more.
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
more action.
It's gonna be a firefight, more punches, and it's gonna be a sprint in there. So I think it's more entertaining for the fans.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of sprints because that's what I'm doing, a lot of running. I've been doing a lot of sprints.
On the other hand, Jake Paul has once reacted to Mike Tyson's recent revelations about his training regimen for their upcoming bout. In a characteristic display of confidence and defiance, Paul responded to Tyson's comments with a mixture of skepticism and determination, underscoring his unwavering focus on the upcoming fight. Tyson's disclosure about abstaining from smoking and consuming raw meat as part of his preparation for the bout with Paul raised eyebrows eyebrows within the boxing community. However, Paul wasted no time in dismissing Tyson's lifestyle changes, questioning the significance of his decision to quit smoking, and emphasizing the seriousness of their upcoming professional fight. In an assertive statement, Paul expressed his puzzlement over Tyson's decision to tout his abstinence from smoking, implying that such a detail should be given to any professional athlete preparing for a high-stakes bout. By highlighting the professional nature of their upcoming matchup, Paul sought to underscore the gravity of the event and the need for both fighters to approach it with the utmost dedication and preparation.
So what do you do, Mike?
Mike said lately, stop eating raw meat, all the prepared foods, so taking the fight as serious as you can. How does that make you feel as a guy across the ring?
As he should. I mean, why is he boasting about stopping smoking? This is professional fighting. It's a pro fight. So what do you do, Mike? Congrats, you stopped smoking. That's what you should be doing. So you're focused, you're telling the world that. Yeah, you should, because I'm coming for you and you have a lot you can deal with in front of you.
In a characteristically bold and unabashed manner, Jake Paul addressed the public perception of him as an arrogant figure, while also shedding light on his mindset and approach towards his upcoming bout with Mike Tyson. Despite acknowledging his occasional portrayal as an arrogant person, Paul emphasized that his primary objective is to entertain and captivate audiences around the world, injecting a sense of fun and excitement into the sport of boxing. Addressing the generational divide in fan support, Paul acknowledged that while the older generation may be rooting for Tyson to deliver a knockout blow, he has garnered significant support from younger fans who are eager to see him emerge victorious against the legendary boxer. Adopting a confident and defiant stance, Paul likened himself to titanium, a material known for its strength and resilience, suggesting that he possesses the fortitude and determination to overcome any challenge, including facing off against Tyson.
For sure, I think it's 50-50, you know. I truly believe that there's a lot of people who, see me as an arrogant ass. I can be sometimes, but I'm just having fun and entertaining the world. And I do think that the older generation wants people to see Mike knock me out, but at the end of the day, I also have the kids, the middle schoolers, the high schoolers, the college students rooting for me and want to see me and Mike.
Despite the skepticism and doubters surrounding his abilities, particularly given Tyson's formidable reputation and experience in the ring, Paul remained steadfast in his belief in his own skills and preparedness for the fight. Dismissing notions that his victory would be attributed to rigging or unfair advantages, Paul asserted that age is not a determinant of success in boxing, highlighting his own rapid ascent in the sport over the past 4 years. Looking ahead to the highly anticipated showdown on July 20th, Paul expressed his unwavering confidence in his ability to outbox Tyson and defy expectations. With a combination of youthful exuberance and steely determination, Paul declared his intention to prove his doubters wrong and establish himself as a force to be reckoned with in the world of professional boxing. As the countdown to the bout continues, Paul's bold assertions set the stage for what promises to be an electrifying clash of generations in the ring.
Doubting me. I go onto the Instagram comments and I see them all saying, if Jake wins this fight, it's rigged because of how incredible he looks. Age doesn't matter. Age is just a number. He's a killer. He's a warrior. He's been doing this his whole entire life. So it's second nature to him. I've been doing this for 4 years, and I've been doing it at a super high level. But on July 20th, I'm going to show the world that I can outbox Mike Tyson. Everyone wrong, and show that I will be the one doing the killing.
After seeing the first press conference, fans think there is a clear winner. After the press conference wrapped up, the duo engaged in their inaugural showdown, exuding a palpable camaraderie as they exchanged banter and shared hearty laughs. Although there were no crazy headbutts or shoves to report, Paul's size, which made him appear much bigger than his opponent, astounded the audience.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Big boy. Let's face up here, guys. Let's face up here.
Seeing the footage, one fan wrote, "Jake Paul is quite large now." Another added, "Just from the eye test, something doesn't look right. Jake looks a little too big right now. Coincidence? I think not." When fans saw Paul's stature, many even expressed concern about the former heavyweight champion. This fan said, "Mike getting slept gonna be bad to see." Another posted, "Jake Paul is a scumbag for doing this. A guy Tyson's age could get killed. This fight shouldn't be allowed to happen." Another added, "Mike, please don't get knocked out." Some supporters, nevertheless, continued to believe Tyson would triumph. This fan said, "Jake would have his pants if Mike exploded in this face-off, but he just can't be asked to take Jake seriously because he is a joke." Despite Mike Tyson having only fought once in 20 years, Lennox Lewis has sent a warning to Jake Paul. Lewis, the final undisputed heavyweight champion in boxing, stands as a titan among fighters, hailed as not only one of the greatest in the sport's history, but also as Britain's supreme pugilist. With such accolades, his words carry weight, and he's cautioning Paul to tread carefully in the face of Tyson's formidable power. Expressing genuine concern for Jake Paul's well-being, Lewis highlighted Tyson's enduring punching power, even after a 2-decade hiatus from professional boxing. He said, "I'm concerned for Jake Paul. Tyson still knows how to punch, as you can see when he's hitting a bag." Drawing attention to Tyson's recent training footage, where he displayed his formidable punching prowess, Lewis emphasized the potential consequences of underestimating Tyson's abilities. He cautioned Paul against the perilous prospect of absorbing Tyson's blows, suggesting that even a single punch from the former heavyweight champion could have a profound impact on the outcome of the fight. Moreover, Lewis raised pertinent questions about Jake Paul's defensive capabilities in the face of Tyson's relentless aggression. Recognizing Tyson's ability to close the distance and cut off the ring effectively, Lewis hinted at the challenges Paul might encounter in evading Tyson's onslaught. Implicit in his remarks is the notion that Tyson's aggressive style and technical proficiency could pose significant challenges for Paul, particularly if he fails to adequately defend himself against Tyson's offensive barrage. Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.